Here's a quick video to get you started on the Everest Foley project. So on Schoology, you'll head to the folder here. You'll want these starter files. And to get those, you'll click on the link and then click again and we'll download a copy of a zip file to the location of your downloads. I now have two. So a zip file works by double clicking on it to unzip the files. You could then delete the zip file if you wish. You now have the folder of stuff. And inside there I have two pieces that can give you a start for getting organized to put together the sound effects for this clip. So in there you have a video clip and an audio clip. MP4 is video, MP3 is audio. So the first thing I would maybe do is change the name of this folder. And this can just be kind of your home folder for this project. Everest Foley, I'm going to call mine. Then you are ready to open Premiere Pro, and start a new project. So how this screen works is you pick a name for the project, Everest Foley project, and then the location of it, you'll want to browse to this folder on your desktop that you just renamed called Everest Foley. So I'm going to choose that as my folder for this project and double check that I've made a name, and everything else I will leave the same. And I'll click OK, and that will bring me into Premiere. So to get you set up looking like me here, you might want to take a moment to go into Window, Workspaces, and switch to the Editing workspace. And if you have any additional panels like the Learn panel up or anything like that that's getting in your way, you can right click and close extra panels to try and get something that looks like what I've got going on here. The main windows that I need access to are the project panel. If you don't see that one, you can go into Window and open and activate Project. You need the timeline window. If you don't see it, you can go to Window and open up Timeline. And you'll need the Program window as well. If you don't see that one, you can go to Window, Program Monitor. So this is my main setup here. Then I'm ready to start bringing in files to Premiere. So to do that, the easiest way is to kind of off to the side here, I have my desktop so I can access this folder. I can see now in my folder I've got these two files that I started with, and I now have a third file called a Premiere Pro project file, and that's where my project will save to. So I'm going to leave that be. I'm going to drag in these two items into what's called the project panel. And right down here it says import media to start. I'm doing that by dragging a video and an audio clip into Premiere. Okay, now we'll see that I've got a video clip here represented by the purple icon showing a film strip, and also has an attached audio with it represented by this green little waveform icon here. And then this wwin.mp3 is a audio file only, hence just the green waveform icon here. So the first thing I'm going to do is set my timeline. This panel over here says drop media here to create sequence. I'm going to drag my video clip in first. Okay, so what this clip is a clip of a movie called Everest. If I click play, it'll sound strange because it's an interesting story. This was released to BBC News to show on the air, but it must have been a kind of raw footage because this is the soundstage footage of the actors acting this out. So we have only the dialogue with none of the sound effects, none of the background noise. So your job in this assignment is to add additional layers of sound to the piece here. So looking at our timeline, we can see we've got one layer here called V1. It's your video layer. and one layer here called A1 is your audio layer. As you can see, I have multiple video layers I can play with and multiple audio layers I can play with, A2, A3, and so on and so forth. I will only need one video layer. This is going to be the only video for this assignment, but I am going to need multiple audio layers because right now A1 is filled with this audio track, which is all the dialogue from the clip. Your job will be to bring in sound effects into Premiere and place them according to the timing of the action on the screen to recreate the sounds and action that were not present when they were filming this scene against a green screen, presumably. So I gave you this wind clip here just to kind of practice with. It's not a great option because it's only about 10 seconds long or something like that, but you can practice with it to drag it into A2, your second audio layer, so that both of these audios will play simultaneously. So now I have a clip of wind howling and also the actor's dialogue playing simultaneously. Let's listen. So that's going to be your job, is to find good sound effects that make sense in the context of the scene here. A couple things before we move on into where to find sounds. Some basic controls. You have these dots on the timeline here. If you were to grab a hold of the right dot and slide it in and out, you are essentially zooming in and out on your timeline. So if you want a closer view to get more precise, you would slide that to the left. If you want to get a big bird's eye view of your whole clip, you slide that out to the right. So that allows you to zoom in and out as needed. This little blue line here is your time selector. And if you wanted to match up a clip with a specific time, easiest way to do that is to move the time slider to exactly where you want it. And then your clips will kind of snap to that spot. So it's an easy way to kind of line up your clips. You have multiple audio channels, so you can continue to layer up audio as you go. And if you need more layers, you can right-click in this area here and add tracks as needed. So you can continue to add audio tracks if you wish. So you have as many as you wish layered up on top of each other. Now if we just heard this 10-second loop of wind, or not even 10 seconds, 5 about, over and over again, that would be really distracting. We'd start to hear the pattern and it's not a good sound effect. So what you'll want to do is head to probably an online sound bank, and I have a link inside of the assignment here for some good ones. My personal favorite is freesound.org, which looks like this. And if you were to want to use it, you'd have to sign up for an account real quick to allow you to download sounds. But they have a great sound bank. You can click on sounds here and browse tags, it's called, to maybe narrow it down to something specific that you're looking for. Like if you want wind, you can click on like a wind tag, and there's, over 8,000 wind sounds you can preview and download if you wish. I like that you can preview them right here in this little spot here. And if you were to want to download one, you just go in and download it. As you're downloading these sounds, your best effort would be to continue to place them into this project folder so that you can stay organized as you're putting this piece together. And then you import those into Premiere the same way that I showed you to do the first sounds. First into the project panel here, then into your timeline. And later on in the week, I will show you how to export this when you're done. Good luck.